Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to today's meetup session, Mastering Prompt Engineering with Azure OpenAI Service. So basically, this event is hosted by Data Couch, and we are honored to have Mr. Vishwanatha Swamy as our speaker for the session today. So before we begin, let me introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Vishwanatha Swamy. He is an architect, AIS, Applied Information Sciences, a leading provider of software and cloud solutions. Swami is a certified Scrum Master and leads the DevOps team overseeing Scrum ceremonies, project deliverables, and project requirements, scope duration, and cost definitions. He possesses extensive experience in designing and developing microservices architecture, deploying services in Azure Service, Fabric and Docker, Kubernetes clusters, and conducting performances, testing, and PSI's PADSS certifications. Swami has also been recognized as a MVP Most Valuable Professional by Microsoft. So we warmly welcome Mr. Swami and look forward to his insight during today's session. Now let me introduce Data Couch. So we are Data Couch, a professional service delivery company that specializes in agile, data, cloud, DevOps, generative AI, data science-based consulting, implementation, and training services. In addition to our core offering, we provide browser-based lab solutions and managed services. We are leaders in bleeding-edge technologies like generative AI, blockchain, NFTs, streaming analytics, AR/VR, cybersecurity, drone, and many more. Just a second, there's a technical error. Is my screen visible to you, Swami? Thank you. So we are pleased to announce that we have a global presence and have transformed over 150K professionals through various technologies, primarily focusing on Web3, Gen AI, big data, DevOps, and cloud. Highlighting our impactful footprints, we have successfully collaborated with Fortune 500 organizations and global system integrations like Infosys, Accenture, and TCS. Going forward, we believe in sharing knowledge and with the community, and we have created three meetup groups: AI Minds, All Things Data, and Generative AI User Group. All Things Data and our community is over 21K strong, and so far we have conducted over 200 meetup sessions covering more than 100 technologies. Our recent achievements include being recognized by Confluent as a global educational partner for the second year in a row, and becoming the first training delivery partner for Starburst and OneHouse. We have created different learning paths for generative AI based on the job roles and the requirements of various personas. This was a short introduction about our organization. Now I would like to invite Mr. Swamy to take over the session.
It seems that Swami is unable to connect to audio.
Give me a moment, just a second. Swami, am I audible to you? Swami, we can't hear you. Actually, I guess there's a technical error. Give me a moment.
No. Is this now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Actually, I forgot to click on that button, join audio. Thanks,
No. So
Mudit.
I just gone through the introduction of the company, and
Okay.
now you can start over.
Yep, sure.
Thank you.
Let me share my screen. Uh, just a moment. Okay, cool. I just want to ensure that I didn't open the secrets.json before flashing my screen. Perfect. That's cool. So, guys, thanks so much for joining. And a couple of links again. I'll give you this is my main GitHub repo where you can see. Okay, that's my GitHub repo. And the speaker series for today will be under this today. Okay. You'll see. I'll check in later tomorrow. And the code samples will be under AIML here under this AIMO AI102 demos. under this it will be here. Okay, I will be checking in. I just created a branch and checking in the code there, so that once the session is over tomorrow, I'll raise a pull request so that you can see all the pieces of code whatever is there. Okay, that being said, let's see what is that we are going to do, and we'll take it from there. So let me close all these things and close this one also. Come back to this one. The previous session we started with Hello World, or introduction to Azure OpenAI, and this session will be focusing on prompt engineering, and whatever the delta which has been left out of these two sessions, because the content or the syllabus, if you see, that is pretty much uh, a, a big content. So I don't want to crush it and leave some of the pieces, because I will definitely be leaving some of these this particular section due to lack of time. So we will definitely revisit this, and from the first episode, whatever is left out, that will be covering in the month of September. Okay, we'll be taking care of that. So all the someone is talking. Looks like they are unmuted themselves. Hello, someone has unmuted and they're speaking. Okay, so we'll be doing the entire syllabus. Like, we started with this, and again today we are speaking on the prompt engineering. So chapter 1 and chapter 3, whatever is left out, will be taking care. So that's about the introduction, and let us see what is that we are going to do today. Okay, so we'll see this prompt engineering. What is this prompt engineering? Why should we learn the prompt engineering? So, like, how we speak with each other. So the prompt engineering is a one skill set which is very much needed for us to interact with the AI models. Uh, may let it be like a ChatGPT or Copilot, or GitHub Copilot, or Azure OpenAI, or OpenAI, or anything, Google or Amazon's AI models, or Google's, or any other AI models. The prompt engineering skill set is very much needed for us to be successful in using those, and make our life easier. And this is my personal thought. I might be wrong. I'm not pointing anyone, but if you think about this example, most of the people, they think that, okay, the AI is coming and it is taking over. Now we don't need people with that particular skill set. Anyone can do that. Or I heard this from many people. So just I'm thinking a little louder. Imagine a scenario: a guy who knows riding a bicycle, and a guy who knows riding a motorbike. Now that a motorbike of 100 cc bike, and there is a 1000 cc bike. Now, can we tell that, oh, that is going automatically, or that is going much faster than a bike? Now, a guy who doesn't know how to ride the bike, can he ride that 1000 cc bike? I don't know, because you can use the AI tools to make your work faster. That does not mean that anyone who does not know anything about that programming language. Imagine someone doesn't know the SQL server, and SQL queries, or the stored procedure, or something related to the SQL server. Due to prompt engineering, is able to give us the SQL queries. Most of the times it might give a correct thing, or it might need a fine tuning, or it might give an extra data or less data. But a guy who knows what is SQL server in and out will be able to utilize the output generated by the AI tools. So the prompt engineering is the one which makes us to speak to these AI models and get the desired output. Okay, the core concept is like, carefully we need to craft the input. Okay, we'll see that. So components of effective prompt engineering, like we need to have a clarity and specifically what is that we are looking at it, and if possible it should have a context. And then the formatting, how do you want it in a bulleted list, or do you want to add it as a part of a JSON, or do you want to give it as part of the XML? We should be explicitly while speaking about this. Okay, there are a couple of things, example based prompting or few shot or iterative. Okay, we'll look at this in the next session, but I'm just parking it. We'll come back to that one. So we have to be very specific. Sometimes what happen is, if you see the same prompt, those models are not available right now. If not, I would have given, because in the previous last year those models were available. The text DaVinci 3, right now it's not available. As last time also we have seen that. But if you see, I particularly remember one of the example between the text DaVinci and text Ada. The same prompt has given a different results. So it does not mean that one of the model is wrong. Maybe it was trained like that, or it was trained with a little bit lesser of the content. So we are not sure what is that. Okay, that being said, let's spend time on the action. So let's see. Introduction, we have seen, I've given that, uh, like this is the prompt engineering. Now understand the prompt engineering. We have seen that whether to generate text or images or code, or whether you want a creative content, the skill set of prompt engineering is very very needed. So that will help us. So what is very important is, last time if you see that we have seen the completion models, we didn't work on the chart models. If you see that last time, whatever we spent our time on this section, completion models. And this time we'll be spending on both. Majorly we'll be spending time on the chart completion, and also we'll be seeing a little bit in Postman and C sharp. So whatever the Python sample is left out, and one of the sample which was left out in the previous session, let's come back and we will cover both the chapters from this syllabus, AI 102 exam. So we'll be completing this and this. I mean, whatever is left out, we'll be doing in the next session. Okay, that being said, let's come back to this one.
Participant.
Yeah, adjusting the model parameters. We'll be seeing that in a minute. So let's come and see. This we have seen that a very clear instructions and format. How do we want format? Okay. Supporting and grounding the context, will come back to that while doing the example. While doing the example, we'll see the grounding and provide context. You can see that some of these samples will execute it, and then we'll come back and see few things from the prompt engineering. So here you see this instructions, uh, and it should be inputs, like what is that you're trying to do, whether you're trying to query or information, data, text, problem, sentence has to be processed, and we need the outputs. And also the parameters, temperature, max token, stop, and few of these things are there. We'll play with this. uh, okay. We'll play with this one. So first of all, we'll start doing some of these prompts. Here I'll get back to the model. I'll show you what models we have deployed. So we have already seen that under this resource group, we have a couple of multi-service account and one Azure OpenAI resource. And here is the one we'll see the endpoint, and here we can see the models. But uh, here from the overview, we can click on open Azure AI Studio here itself. Go to Azure OpenAI student will studio will make us land here. I mean, this is a new look. I can switch back to the old look. It just prompted me today, so I said yes. I want to see the new look. It looks much better than the previous look. So here we can see a couple of things. The quotas again we can see what is that each of this model is giving us. We can see that, and wow, assigned quota and available quota, you can see these things it shows. So global standard versus this is the GPT 4.0 and this is GPT 3.5. And in the deployments we can go and see that I did one deployment today, that is GPT 4.0, and this one I think we had previously. And another thing is, if you see some of those this one we'll see, if I select it and edit, it shows the some of the options which we can change, some of the options which will not be able to change, some we can change. So we'll see what options will be able to change. Today it is allowing us to change. That does not mean that it will allow us to change tomorrow. They might add a restrictions or something might change. So you can see that I selected the model version. If I want to do update, it's not allowing me to do. But whereas if I come back to the 3.5 turbo or 3.5 turbo 16K, let's see that. You can see it's auto update to default, save and close. So that allowed me. And if you see the turbo 16K, I think I updated couple of hours ago. Okay, auto update. I am leaving it to auto update, so it takes care of uh, going to the latest one. So you can see the model versions is also given. So right now we have 3 different models which are deployed, and you can see rest of the models. If you want to deploy, what kind of models are available, if you can see, you have all embeddings, speech, text, text to image completions, and chart completions. These are 2. So this is what I was talking about. Text DaVinci, Babbage, and Ada, those were there last year when I was tipping the toes in the waters or learning AI. And now if you see that chart completion models, if you want to be very specific, you can see that the GPT Turbo 3.5 and Turbo Instruct. But you can get into this and see what is that it best matches. You can see the completion models and using completions API instead of the chart completions API. So this we can use this. And if you see that 3.5 turbo, so here it specifically talks about the chart completions. It's not speaking about only completions. But if you see this one, it speaks about see this, the the instruct has a similar capability of text DaVinci 003. This is the model I used last year using the completions API instead of the chart completions API. So if you want to do something pretty similar to that, we can use it. Gives us a lot of information. Only thing is we need to know that are we allowed to use it or is there any restrictions. So but also it shows that in which regions those are available. Okay, I think I'll get this up and running. I don't have GPT Turbo 3. I think let's create it. In the meanwhile, at the end, we can again come back and see that how it. Okay, it is defaulting to this. I'll say that auto default. So deployment is standard. I'll use this. Let's deploy it. I mean, by the time it is up and running and getting warmed up, we can come back and see. So right now, if you see that we have quite a few things. GPT-4 3.5 turbo, 3.5 turbo instruct, 3.5 turbo, 16K, and turbo. We have quite a few models which we can play here. And if you come to this, here you can see that only the turbo and turbo instruct, these are the models uh, which are available for the completions. And when it comes to the chart completions, you can see that here it shows that uh, this one, turbo 16K and GPT 4.0. We are not seeing the other one which we created, the instruct one, most probably because the text Da Vinci was explicitly I was using it for completions. So looks like it is applicable or available only here. Uh, I'm really not sure, but let's check that. Let's start with the coding or the prompt engineering. We'll see a couple of these things. I mean, whatever I'm doing only for the demo, no other reason or purpose. Okay, disclaimer. So I'm just clicking on this to generate this one. So you see it, I said that instruct, please complete the following. Dosa is, it's trying to complete, but it has stopped in between. Okay, it has stopped in between because here it is not giving, but when we try to do the same or similar one at the in the postman or some other place, it gives us a stop reason if it says length. So that means it is due to the tokens available. So it stopped here. So if I bump up the tokens to 200, and again I come back and paste it. So right now it says there are 12 tokens it's consuming, and tokenizer is a tool which we have seen. So see this, when I said 200 tokens, it's giving a more information. So here what we are saying is we are giving the instructions and asking it to uh, complete it. So let's see how another model behaves. So instead of instruct, I'm going to turbo. Okay, I'm keeping this one as it is, and then I'm clicking on. So it's giving me. So for the sake of our demo, let's make it to 900 tokens, and I do turbo. It's giving us the instructions. Who? Wow. Conclusion. See this. Okay, uh, maybe it picked up from Ramya Srinivasan's article. That is the reason it is giving the author also. And let me cut this and again come back and give the same uh, prompt for this one, and let's see is it doing a same kind of output or different output. So this time it has given us a different output, because what happens is the temperature, if you see that the temperature is 1. So when the temperature, if we increase the temperature, this one controls the randomness. So lowering the temperature means the model will produce a repetitive or deterministic response. So somewhat very similar or same output it gives if the temperature is low. And if the temperature is high, so it's like it uses its imagination and gives a different output. So let's see one or two of that. uh, if you see that, yeah, here, let's use this one. um, let me take this prompt, and I use this prompt, and I said tell me 2 jokes of this one. So wow, I think I have to restrict this. It's taking longer time. It's generating different outputs more than what we need. Let's restrict to 200 tokens so that if it is failing, I mean, if it's not able to generate, let it not. But we are saying that tell us two jokes on simple people or software engineers, or uh, it's giving more than what we are asking. Okay, that's not the point what I want to communicate right now, but let's come back and see another thing now. I'm saying output, please generate it from here. Now again, I'm asking, tell me two jokes about simple people. It is generated higher education, and these are the two. Why did simple man put the ladder and simple man keep the piece of bread? Okay, simple man, bread and piece of ladder. Again, I'm regenerating that. So the first joke is same, I think so. I remember this. Why did the simple man put a ladder? And here there was another joke. So that is because the temperature is at the max here. So it is using the randomness. Now here the deterministic, or more towards the realistic, or more towards the same output. So see this one. If you see this one, simple man put a bell on his hat and simple man put a ladder. So let's remember ladder and bell. So now I'll go and I again give that. Ah, okay. So this should give more deterministic, or a similar one. So let's try with the instruct, which is pretty similar to the text DaVinci 003. Okay, here you see this text DaVinci is not doing anything more than what we ask. So when we are using the completions model, the suggested one is to use the text based models like text DaVinci or Babbage or Ada. Now see this, we have generated. Now you see this confused simple person. These are the two jokes it has generated. Now I come back and again I generate it. You see that again same it is generating. So I come back to this one and again I click on the generate, and again it is giving the uh, same output, more towards. Now let's see if the temperature I have increased towards the max. So now see this simple person put their car and something different. Now at least one joke it is different. It is the car has come, the car joke has come. Now the ladder and confused simple person. Now you're seeing that it is using its imagination and bringing in more uh, realistic. So, is there a use case when we want to use the temperature to the max? Yes, definitely there is a use case where we have to put the put this to work. So let's see that in a minute. So let me go there and this one. See, input, what I'm telling is here, I don't want always the same. Here, we definitely need the uh, the temperature to be at the top, so where it can do imagination and bring in a lot of things. Okay, so we'll say that home made spices, dosas made with love and tons of butter. Okay, so now see this, we go and we generate it. Okay, now we need more more of this imagination. Okay, now again if I go and give this one, so this time it is giving something else. So another thing what we can do is we have to give n. So let's see this sample in the postman. Let's see this sample in the postman, where I'll come back to the body and um, in this one let's use it, and temperature I want to be 1, and I want n to be 5. So now what happens is it generates 5 different these things. Maybe the tokens it would have hit. Um, Please choose our floor menu. Payment accepted via card come. So a lot of these things are coming. Maybe the length or the length I would have given something lesser. That might be the reason we are not seeing. Let me adjust the length also. Max underscore tokens. Let me give that. Here I'll give that max underscore tokens or token. It's tokens. So max underscore tokens. Let me give 900, and let's generate this. Now you'll see it gives us uh, different, and we said n means, that means we are saying that with single prompt we are saying that give me 5 of these social media posts. So we can go and see that. See, this is the first choice: authentic masala dosha. Try it, whatever it is giving me this in the choice of 0. And this is the second one it has generated, and this is the third one, and this is the fourth one, and this is the fifth one. So the same thing. See, you can see this. The completion tokens is 3,700, whereas we will be wondering that we said it's only 900 is the max tokens, but how come it went to 3,000 and change? This 900 max tokens is for one output. We said that n generate 5, so 5 nines are 4,500. So that's the tokens. So when we are doing these kind of things, we should be a little bit careful on the cost or number of tokens usage. Okay, so we discussed about few things. Again, we'll come back and learn few other things. So what did we have completed? We have completed a couple of things on this one, and then we completed on the randomness. And let's go and again we'll generate. Like every time we generate, we need to ensure that it is costing 4,000 tokens. uh, okay, and we will be having a max tokens per limit also. That also we can come and see this over here. Somewhere it displays that what is the quota. If I come and see the quotas, so you can see that. You're seeing that previously we didn't see that. So something as and when we are consuming, it is counting. And here in the models also, in the deployment model, in the model deployments also, we can see that you need to be a little careful when we are creating these models, and what are the options which we are choosing. It is better to choose a lower tier and then move based on the requirement. Never give a free hand, so it might consume. You can see that 450k tokens per minute quota available for this deployment. 450k is too much. Now let me see that what is that we used it here in this deployment. In this deployment, it might be something. Here it is 120k. So 450 versus 120k. We should be a little careful from the token perspective also. So we saw here in the completions, we saw a couple of things. We saw the temperature, and also we saw the n also. N is the number of outputs we wanted. Okay, that's about the n. So let's see one more thing at the bottom. Couple of things also we can give, but I'm seeing at here we saw that best of. Uh, you can use best of, but the problem is what happens is you can say best of 5, but it gives one output. So other way what we can do is I'm saying that n is 1, and I'm saying the best of. I just wanted its spelling here, best of. So here you see the magic. Should be again little careful when you're using these. Let's watch the tokens. So we are saying that one, give me one output. Let's go to the uh, prompt filters. We don't need filters. From the choices perspective, if you see that the choices is, let me create 200 here, and let's execute it. So now the number of tokens, the max tokens, we said something. Now let's see. I don't want this prompt filters. We'll come back and we'll discuss. Now, if you see that the choices, it gave only one choice. But if you see the tokens, it is going to 400, and we'll be confused because it gave only one output. This is the output. So let's see if we take this output all the way from here, and finish reason it says length. That means it did generate properly. So you need to focus on that finish reason also. Finish reasons should be stop. That means, okay, it's saying that, okay, I'm done with my job. The finish reasons should always be stop. Previously, it said length. That means the length was not sufficient. And content filtering, will come back and we'll discuss on that one. But if you see that it is 350, around 400, but we said 250 is the max tokens to use it. And where is that rest of the things going on? So let's come back here. You need to be very careful when you're uh, tokenizer. And again, I have one more item pending with me is to bring the algorithm of the tokenizer. I remembered it. I'll be coming. See, the token is 215 tokens. So we said 250 tokens max. So there might be few tokens from here. To the tokens is 215. So, but here you can see that it used 27, and here 359. But what is this? 215 is the tokens which is saying, but here it's not tallying. 215 plus something it has done. And what is that something? So when we said best of two, what it does is it creates two outputs, and it automatically decides which one to give it to the user. Now when you're using best of two, there are use cases when you want best of these things. So definitely you can use it, but keep in mind, when you use this best of, what happens is you are going to be charged. If I say that best of 20 and n is 1, so it does 20 items as an output, and it gives us 1, but it is going to charge for 20. Now let's see that. If I say best of 10, and let's hit the road. Now remember, it was 359 tokens. And now let's see. I'll close this prompt engineering. I mean, the content filters. We are going to come back. See that. What is that? We got it as part of the output. Let's see. I'll copy this all the way from here till here. And let's go back to the tokenizer and paste it. You see that it is 269 tokens. Sorry, 262. It's just 262 tokens, but it has charged us 2,400 tokens for the completions. And here you can see that the stop reason is again length. It stopped it. If not, it would have gone a lot. So you need to be very, very careful when you're using. Uh, hello. Hey, someone is talking. Can you please mute yourself? Okay, chalo. Thank you. So what happens is you should be very careful. So when you use a temperature, we are giving it a free hand to use its imagination. So when the temperature is low, it is a very specific deterministic answer. When the temperature is high, so we are giving it a free hand to go ahead and give us the output. Okay, so we'll see a couple of those things, and again, like a quick, we'll go to the next topic. So you see that the randomness we have seen, and length also we have seen that. And whenever the stop reason is coming length, that means the number of tokens whatever we have given as a capacity to stop it, but that was not sufficient, so it stopped it. We'll come back and discuss about the stop sequences next. And also we have done few other things which we can't do it from the playground. We came back to the Postman and we did it. Postman or any programming language, we can do that. We told n That means number of outputs to generate, and best of. Uh, and best of is, you should be very, very careful. When we say best of, it creates those many outputs, but when definitely the best of and n should be a little lesser than the best of, like it generated 1,000 outputs, we say that give me the best, generate best of 1,000, give me 10 outputs. So it creates 1,000, gives us 10, but it's going to charge for those 1,000. So we have seen that it went to all the way 4,000. Now the tokens are in thousands. From hundreds, we went to thousands. So I'll keep it to the minimum. I'm saying best of is 1, and give me this one. Okay. So that's one thing. The model is Turbo 365. We can try the chart completions, and this. Let me let me reset everything, and then we will look at some of these things. I mean, this is not that. We'll come back to that one, but let's focus on this. Is very, very interesting thing. So we created the resource. We do definitely have a resource here, AI resources, and please be very careful in which region you are creating. What is the limits? Um, we need to have turbo 16K, and then here are some of those things. So we need to set up, is used to set the context. You can see this. Let's go to the chart. Okay, here this area, and here is the chart area. You can see chart session configuration. So in the configuration section, you can see this system messages. We'll focus only on this one. So you can directly do a straight lift of that and put it over here. And we are asking, what kind of article is this? It's not, uh, it gave some answer. I don't know whether it is right or wrong, but it gave us some answer. The response provides a descriptive description of the article. It gave it. Now, what we will do is we will set this message in the system message. So in the setup, we are saying that apply the changes. Okay, now here you can see this. This is now, we said that, okay, now you are Superman, now you are Spider-Man. So when you say Spider-Man, it does those things. When you're Superman, it flies, something like this. You're giving, uh, you're hypnotizing and saying that this is what you are. Now you can see this. We are giving the same question here, and you can see that. So this can be categorized as sports, because that's what it is, speaking about the baseball. Let's go and give the previous one, whatever it was. And we remember previously it gave us a little bit descriptive, and I think uh, let's go back. This is an environment article discussing the likelihood of severe drought in California, uh, categorized as environmental or news, because now it didn't give the descriptive answer, but it is very specifically trying to categorize uh, the paragraph, whatever given, either the weather news or the environmental. But in the previous one, before giving this, when we gave the paragraph to it, it said that it's giving some descriptive one. But now it is trying to categorize this particular paragraph between environmental or the weather news. Okay. Now again, keeping that, we did this. I mean, here also you can see, when I come back and take this, because we said that that's a sports aggregator. Now can click on that. So it is saying that, okay, the sports news, specifically baseball, it's a little bit more advanced now. And now categorize. Okay, let's see this. This is about the Oscars movie. So, so it is again entertainment news, specifically covering the Oscars and highlighting. So previously, I mean, maybe it might be giving a short thing, because now that these models are very, very powerful, and we can try that with the 4. This might be backfiring, I don't know, because I just deployed it for 3 hours ago. See, this is giving the kind of output which we are looking at. Very specific entertainment or celebrity news, because there are two things. This is speaking about the movies and Oscars, and apart from that, it is also speaking about a very specific actor actor at that location. Now let's see this. This is the baseball game. Oh, okay. Because I told you, isn't it? This has got little stringent rules. Now let's come back. Maybe left, right, and center. I'm using those tokens. I might be hit with something. So that's one thing we have seen it. Sports, and this one also we have seen, and California dot weather situation also we have seen in the previous one. Let me hit that again, and we are seeing that weather related article. Good, it's done. So again, we are coming back and resetting, saying that now you're this. Now it's like a multi-purpose agile. So developer, he will do his own coding, and he has to do unit testing, and he has to do DevOps like that. Now we are saying that, hey, now your flight assistant, now your doctor, like that. I mean, give a separate role and start asking. It is giving us the output. Now here is where we will get the prompt engineering. Now see this, it's giving us this one. Now what happens when you learn this prompt engineering? So the prompt engineering skill set, whatever you're learning, will be used in multiple places. Now there is something known as Copilot. So I have given a task to this Copilot, and Copilot also, there are a couple of versions. I just wanted to give you guys that. Now if you see that Copilot, copilot.microsoft.com, copilot.microsoft.com. Now if you see that, if you use your organization account, so you will see this applies to this chart. That means here it says that commercial data protection. Okay. So when you use the copilot.microsoft with your personal Hotmail or Outlook, those accounts, you will not see this, the data protection symbol. So need to be little careful. This does not mean that you can put anything and everything here, but still a little bit, whatever the communication which you do with this uh, is little bit protected. Like I'm asking, who is God? And like the same thing, what is aloo parota? Or okay, let's not get into that. What is aloo paratha? Um, okay. Now, oh, it corrected the spelling mistakes, and it is giving me aloo paratha, and also it is giving me some of the links where I can go and view. But one thing, if you observe, when I'm using my organization's account while interacting with the Microsoft Copilot, it is not maintaining the previous history. Now, when you come back and see that when I'm using my uh, Hotmail account, it is maintaining the chart history. You can see it maintains the recent chart. So now I searched for what is this Patiala peg. I hear this in song. So it said that it's the large measure of whiskey or something, I don't know. It told me. So I used my creativity to mix sambar and patiala peg. And I said that, could you please create an image of cat eating sambar rice with patiala peg and chips for side. So it created these four images. You can see that. Here is one of the image which it has created. Now it has got a cat, it has got the rice and sambar, and a couple of patiala pigs with chips and cucumbers here. Now these all things is, again, it's coming on your creativity and how it understand. It's part of the prompt engineering. Okay, so let's come back to our uh, further experimentations in this chart. So it created this. And now let's change your coding assistant help in writing Python coding. Again, we are saying this one. Apply the changes. Please don't forget to apply the changes. And let's give this an answer. This one. You see this? It has given us a Python code. So now here what happened is you need to give a system message followed by the prompt. So how do we know? You can go and click on this view code where you'll be able to uh, see this one couple of things. Here you can see this one, the messages, user and content. And there should be a system message also, because that's what we told. Yeah, this is the one, system messages. And I think that's what it's calling it as context. Well, this is user is asking, but this should be the system message also. So this is the sample which I'll show you. So here there are two things which are going out. So one is the chart messages where we are creating the chart client dot complete chart. We are saying that system message, one of the message should be a system message where you're telling that what is the role of the model right now. And you're saying that you're a coding assistant. And then the user chart, you're saying that give me this one. And the chart dot role assistant, that means the assistant, because here there are three different points to note. One is the system message, one is the user role, one is the assistant. So chart role dot user, chart role dot assistant. So whatever the prompt which we are typing here on the right side, this is user. The system message is whatever you're configuring in the system to give, or a base configuration, you're saying that, hey, you're now this. So that is going to come here. Now, whatever output it is generating, that is system. Now, if you go and see, these three things will come into picture. There are other uh, samples which you can see this one. Now, we are saying that we want this one. Assistant is an AI chatbot helped users turn a natural language into JSON format. So now we can use one of the previous prompt from my topic. I can come here and I can ask that what all the top 5 cities here itself should be there. Yeah, here we can try these two. I can try this one. Okay. Please let me know if you would like these items to be in JSON format. I said, yes, please. There you go. Okay. Could you please add price to the items? So it's like context. Now, how did it remember? Because based on the context, now you have system message. There is a user, we who are interacting with the system, and also the output where it is coming is this one. Now, what happened is here we are having the list of items. It gave that. We asked it, give me top 5 items, food items in South India. It gave this one. Now, it asked, do you want it in JSON? We said, yes, please. It gave it in a JSON. And I said that, could you please add the price it has added? Because it knows the context. Now I'm saying that also add description and calories. So, because it knows the context that what we are talking about. So, dosa is 200 calories, idli is 150, sambar is 100 calories, biryani 400. Ooh. Uh, the pudding is a paisam. Paniyaram is like bhajia, small type. So it is 250 calories. So it knows the context. This is a new thing. So whatever is we are talking about. Now, if I say that which one is best for health. So now what happened is it is uh, it knows that, and it is giving a comparison between all these things in terms of health. Options like idli and dosha are generally considered healthier. Now see this. What is an apple? So here it is giving the description. Now, what is an orange? So it is giving the output of what is orange. Now I'm saying that, who is Albert? Who is Albert Einstein? Now here it says that, okay, Albert Einstein is a renowned scientist, and it gives about all these things. Now I say, which one is best for health? Now see this. It uses its intelligence. Now see this. It uses its intelligence because we spoke about dosa or the top 5 South Indian foods. Then we spoke about couple of fruits. Then we spoke about Albert Einstein. Now I'm saying that which one is best, or generically we'll leave it. Which is best? Let's try to confuse it. See this, but still it maintains because it has got the context. It has got the context of the previous chart. So, like if I'm trying to reset this, everything is gone. Uh, best. See this. It says that if I'm asking which one is best, there is no context or there is no previous chart discussion which happened. Now let's ask, what is an apple? Now what is an orange? Who is Albert? Who is Albert Einstein? I think I made a spelling mistake for sure. Okay, EIN. I add an extra E. Now, after this, which one is best? More context. Which one is best for health? Now, here there are two things which are coming into picture. Here the two things are coming into picture. One thing is the context. That means what was the previous discussion which happened between the model and the user. And the second thing is the prompt, because when we told which one is best, it bluntly said that give me more. Then here saying which one is best for health. So it understood that, oh, we are speaking something about the food. So if I see that again, which fruit is best, please refer our discussion for context. See this. Now, when I told that, we already spoke about apples, we didn't speak about paratha or South Indian foods. We just spoke about fruits. We spoke about apple, we spoke about orange, we spoke about Albert Einstein. And see this, it's all again, now you will correlate what is prompt engineering. I said that which one is best. I assumed that I spoke about three things. I spoke about Apple, Orange, and Albert Einstein. I said that which one is best. It said that it needs more context. I can't go and shout saying that, hey, 35 turbo 16K is not giving me answer. There might be something it's not able to understand what I'm trying to do. So now I said that which one is best for health. Then it understood. Maybe I'm talking about some food. So it's giving generic thing. Maybe physical well-being, mental health, prevention, blah blah blah, something. Now I clearly gave a prompt. I said that which fruit is best, please refer our discussion for the context. Now it knows that where to go and search. Now that's where it is going and searching. We'll see one coding example before we closing today's session, and then we'll revisit a few things in the next. So here you can see there is a sample, and again we'll come back and we'll discuss in little deeper in the next session. But if you see that this is the official lab of Microsoft, you see that here is a little bit of program. Then on top of that, we need to add the code which they have given. So I have created that. There are a couple of things we will be seeing it here. So let's execute this one. Let's see. So there are two things which is very important. Why did we play in the playground? Now you will understand, because system instructions are very important. So now you'll see that what is that which is there in the system instructions. So here you can see that. Let's start with this. Here, here I have done, added all these things, executing. So right now you see that I executed this question. I mean, I executed the sample, and let's see. So the system message, there is a lengthy system message here. You will provide answers provided, whatever it is giving that. Now let's ask this question. So you can see that it is sending the prompt and it gave some wildlife introduction. We see that. Now what we will do is we'll go back and we'll make it very generic one here. And again, we'll give the same question. Now we'll compare. Okay, this is it's related to the same. Actually, I could have asked the question from here, because this was the one. So if I come in here and ask the question which was related to that, see this, the red panda, because there is a grounding or the context which is given here, red panda. Suppose if I delete this and again I'll ask the, okay, I think it is storing somewhere in the memory, but we could have done in a different way, not giving this one. And okay, what is my food? If I'm asking this one, now it says that sorry, I can't do this. So now in this kind of scenario, we can give some grounding information. So what happened is it could be going and reading it from the text file or our database or external systems. Like if you see this, uh, what is the current time in India? So it says that I don't know. Now what we can do is we can create our own thing. Like this is something which we can call an external API. Now if you see this, uh, India, now it shows that 6 p.m. Like if you have this time in India, date and time, there might be an API, free API. So this one, time API, simple free time API is there. So what I can do is I can extend this. I can use the Azure OpenAI. On top of that, I can write a function to go and get it from the API. Now, if it's not giving me a proper answer, then I can go and look at it. Let's see this one. Now, this is a good thing. I don't have the functions added at this point of time, but we will see that grounding is there. Here, let's see this one. Let's ask the same question. Uh, what is the time in India? Now let's see. It has come in here. Let's use this response and do a quick watch. And let's do this. Fingerprint is there. Usage the same tokens. And here in the choices of 0, messages, function call. So this is where it will give us an information like tool call. Previously it used to call function call. Now it is to call the tool calls. I mean, if we have defined a functions, previously it used to call functions, I'm also calling function, or now it is tool call. But we'll come and revisit this when we are doing another real world sample. So this was the previous two chapters which we have covered. So you can see that we have covered getting started with Azure OpenAI service and apply prompt engineering. So the next session in the month of September will be whatever which I left out to discuss. I'll combine those two and we'll have a another session. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you have learned something new. Back to you.
So thank you so much, Mr. Swami, for delivering such an insightful session today. So thank you everyone for joining the session. So if you guys wish to explore further, please feel free to contact us at hello@datacouch.io. The recording of the today's session will be available on our YouTube channel. To stay updated of our future informative session and content, we encourage you all to subscribe to our social media channels, or you can join our meetup groups as well. Thank you everyone for your participation, and we look forward you all to our upcoming next event, which we are going to host in September by Swami only. Thank you so much, Swami. It was nice
Thanks. Good
session.
night, folks.
Thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone.